Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Siti Haryuni. My student ID number 20110106013. I am from TBI 1. Okay, here I would like to tell you about the summary of the book. The title is Basic Theory of Translation. In this video, I would like to summary about the chapter 4. In this chapter, mention about problem in translation text. There are what kind of problem do you think a translator will face in translation text? Can you mention some common mistake in translation text and how to solve the problem? Okay, first is problem that we'll face in translating our items, because items are a series of words that are unique, can be interpreted literally and produce new meanings, but represents a certain expression limited in it. And text signs are in opposition to sign and structure outside the text. Therefore, a translation must be patient, solve both autonomous and communicative aspect, and any theory of equivalence has to consider both these elements. Therefore, equality in translation cannot be approached as looking to it can even exist between two TL versions or the same text, let alone between SL and TL versions. And for the next is common mistake in translation. If you know the most common mistake in the translation process, you can take steps to avoid them. Here they are. The translator leaves out some of the text that appeared in the search document, and then the translator misinterpret the meaning of the text, and final translation gives the wrong message, and then the translator incorrectly identifies abbreviations or misinterprets specific terminology, and the translator includes text or example that are culturally inappropriate for the intended audience, and the translator is innocent in using the defining keyword or phrases throughout the document or across different documents that are part of the same body of the work. And the last, the client aspect, change to the translation offered by unqualified and hack reviewers. And for the last is translation problem and solution. In this translation problems and solutions, there are 9 kinds. That are titles, styles, language, and then regional dialect, and the fourth strong language, and the fifth colloquialisms, and the sixth is humor, and then untranslatable word and culture specific reference, and then quotations from other sources, and for the last is difficult languages. For title is the most important. Literal translation of titles are often dreadful mistakes, and editor and translator must be prepared to to be creative for make the title. And then the second is stylized language, translation of a book written a particular style, process poses it on problems such as updating the text uh, to make it accessible or labeling to match it. And the third is regional dialect, and the fourth is strong language, and then the fifth it is colloquialisms. It can also help the employ a second translator with a good working knowledge of colloquialisms, dialect and slang in the native country, who can get across their meaning and help to come out with English equivalent that are appropriate. Do not jar with the reader, and the most importantly, do not that. And then the sixth is humor. Something really funny in other language can fall flat in English without likely explanation. that certainly that certainly reduces any humor involved. And the seventh is untranslatable word and culture specific reference. Some word, however, imply don't translate. Prefer to leave this in the text and to provide the reader with a glossary which can serve the purpose of explaining more absurd geographical and cultural reference. And the eighth is quotations from other sources. In this some quotes simply do not translate and are the best dropped. And the last is difficult languages that are some languages for which high quality translator are few and far between. For just publishers either to abandon the idea of translating and or to rely on the joint effort of a post stylist and native speaker to get the balance right. It may also be necessary to translate from a separate language altogether, because a good native translator simply can't be found. Okay, maybe just it from me, from my summary about this chapter. Thank you, and the last I say, Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye.